Have you ever noticed how it's getting harder to carry the groceries, climb the stairs, or even get up from the couch? You might think it's just part of getting older, but what if I told you there's something sneaky going on inside your body that you can fight starting today? Every decade after the age of 30, adults can lose 3% to 8% of their muscle mass, and that rate only accelerates after 60. This silent process is called sarcopenia, and if you're over 50, chances are it's already happening to you. But here's the good news. It's not inevitable, and you have more control over it than you think. Let's get into the why. Why exactly do your muscles seem to shrink and weaken as you age, even if you're relatively active? It all starts with the natural aging process. After the age of 30, most people begin to lose muscle mass at a slow but steady pace. By the time you hit 60 or 70, that rate picks up, and unless you're actively doing something about it, you could be losing up to 15% of your muscle per decade. That's not just strength. That's mobility, independence, and quality of life slipping away. But muscle loss isn't just about getting older. It's about what your body is no longer doing efficiently. One major factor is a decline in anabolic hormones like testosterone and growth hormone, which play a big role in building and maintaining muscle. As these hormone levels drop, your body becomes less efficient at repairing and regenerating muscle tissue. Then there's something called anabolic resistance. Basically, your muscles become less responsive to the protein you eat. So even if you're consuming enough protein, your body might not be using it effectively. This is especially important for seniors because it means the old recommended daily allowance for protein might not be enough anymore. Another culprit? Inflammation. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is common in aging adults and has been linked to accelerated muscle breakdown. This type of inflammation can come from stress, poor diet, lack of exercise, and even hidden conditions like insulin resistance. And let's not forget lifestyle factors. Many older adults become less physically active, not always by choice. Joint pain, injury, fatigue, or simply lack of motivation can lead to long stretches of inactivity. And when muscles aren't being used, they begin to atrophy or break down. What's really eye-opening is research from the National Institutes of Health, NIH, which shows that muscle loss begins decades before most people realize it. In other words, if you wait until you feel weak to do something about it, you've already lost a lot more strength than you think. Add to that nutritional gaps. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing key nutrients like vitamin D, calcium, B12, and omega-3s, all of which are critical for muscle health. If your diet lacks these essentials, your muscles don't have the tools they need to stay strong. It's also worth noting that muscle isn't just for movement. It's actually a highly active metabolic tissue. It helps regulate blood sugar, supports immune health, and even plays a role in brain function. So when you lose muscle, you're not just losing strength, you're affecting your whole body health. But here's the encouraging part. Muscle loss is not a one-way street. Studies show that with the right nutrition and simple resistance exercises, seniors can rebuild muscle, even into their 80s and 90s. It just takes the right knowledge and the right fuel. And that's where the one food we're going to talk about next comes in. It's affordable, accessible, and packed with exactly what aging muscles need to stay strong and functional. So before you assume that feeling weaker is just part of getting older, know this. You have more power than you think. And it all starts with what's on your plate. When it comes to muscle loss in seniors, there's no shortage of myths floating around, many of which are flat out wrong and worse, harmful. So let's bust a few of the most common ones right now. Losing. Muscle is just part of aging, and there's nothing you can do about it. This one couldn't be further from the truth. While muscle loss is common with age, it's not inevitable. As the Cleveland Clinic points out, muscle tissue can be rebuilt at any age with the right diet and resistance training. Seniors in their 80s and even 90s have shown measurable gains in strength with simple changes to nutrition and movement. If I'm eating enough calories, I must be getting enough protein. Not necessarily. Many seniors consume enough food, but the quality of that food is lacking. Protein needs actually increase as we age due to anabolic resistance, and getting enough protein-rich foods is critical. Unfortunately, a diet heavy in processed snacks, bread, and sugar doesn't supply the amino acids muscles need to stay strong. Protein is just for bodybuilders. Nope. Protein is for everyone, especially seniors. It helps preserve muscle mass, keeps bones strong, and supports immune function. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition recommends that older adults aim for at least 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day, higher than the general adult population. Just walk more. Walking is great for your heart, but it doesn't build muscle the way strength training does. Body weight exercises, light resistance bands, and chair squats are far more effective for combating sarcopenia. Understanding the truth about muscle and nutrition is the first step toward reclaiming your strength. Let's now talk about what your body really needs to thrive. Nutrition isn't just about eating healthy, it's about eating smart, especially as we age. Seniors have different nutritional needs than younger adults, and the body's ability to absorb and use nutrients also changes over time. Let's start with the most important nutrient for muscle maintenance, protein. As we mentioned earlier, seniors require more protein to maintain muscle than younger people. That's because of anabolic resistance, which makes the muscles less responsive to dietary protein. The Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics recommends spacing protein intake evenly throughout the day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, not just loading it all at dinner. Next up is vitamin D. This nutrient isn't just for bone health, it also helps with muscle strength. According to the National Institutes of Health, NIH, vitamin D deficiency is common in older adults and is directly linked to muscle weakness and falls. Spending time outdoors helps, but supplementation or food sources like fatty fish, egg yolks, and fortified products are often necessary. Vitamin B12 is another big one. It supports nerve function and energy production. As we age, our stomachs produce less acid, which makes it harder to absorb B12 from food. Deficiency can lead to fatigue, weakness, and even balance problems. Calcium, magnesium, and omega-3 fatty acids also play important roles in supporting both muscle and joint health. Omega-3s in particular, found in fatty fish like salmon or in flax seeds and walnuts, have been shown to reduce inflammation and improve muscle protein synthesis. Hydration also matters. Dehydration is common in seniors and can affect everything from muscle function to energy and cognition. Aim for regular water intake, even if you're not feeling thirsty. So, what's the bottom line? Your muscles need more than just calories. They need a strategic blend of nutrients, and most importantly, they need a reliable source of complete protein. And that brings us to the hero of today's video, the one food your muscles are craving. So what's the one food that can help protect and even rebuild muscle mass as you age? Eggs. Yes, plain old, affordable, easy-to-find eggs. Why eggs? Because they check all the boxes for what aging muscles need. First, eggs are a complete protein, meaning they contain all 9 essential amino acids your body can't produce on its own. This is crucial for muscle maintenance and repair. In fact, according to a study published by the University of Connecticut, the high-quality protein in eggs is especially effective at stimulating muscle protein synthesis in older adults. Just one large egg contains about 6 to 7 grams of protein, and when paired with other nutrient-dense foods like spinach, tomatoes, or whole grains, it becomes a powerful meal for your muscles. But that's just the beginning. Eggs are also a rich source of leucine, an amino acid that plays a key role in triggering muscle growth. Leucine is like the on switch for muscle building, and older adults need more of it to get the same response as younger people. Plus, eggs come packed with vitamin D, B12, selenium, and choline, all essential nutrients for seniors. And despite years of cholesterol fear-mongering, current research from institutions like the Harvard School of Public Health shows that moderate egg consumption is not associated with increased heart disease risk for healthy individuals. In fact, eggs can actually improve good HDL cholesterol. They're also easy to digest, inexpensive, and versatile. Whether boiled, scrambled, poached, or turned into an omelet, eggs can be enjoyed at any time of day, even as a quick, protein-rich snack. For seniors with chewing issues, eggs are soft and require little effort to eat. For those on a budget, they're far more cost-effective than protein powders or supplements. And if you're worried about boredom, trust me, there are endless ways to prepare eggs. Mix in veggies, herbs, or low-fat cheese for variety and added nutrition. Now, what if you're plant-based or allergic to eggs? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Alternatives like tofu, lentils, and quinoa are excellent plant-based sources of protein, but they may lack certain amino acids unless paired strategically. Still, with the right combinations, you can meet your muscle needs without ever cracking an egg. But for the majority of seniors, adding 1 to 2 eggs per day can make a massive difference. The American Society for Nutrition reports that older adults who consume high-quality protein sources regularly have better muscle strength, mobility, and overall health outcomes. So the takeaway here is simple. Don't underestimate the power of the egg. It's nature's multivitamin in a shell, and your muscles will thank you for it. So now that we've uncovered the power of the humble egg, the next question is, how do you actually start adding it to your diet in a way that's enjoyable? Simple and sustainable? First, the good news. Eggs are incredibly versatile. Whether you like them scrambled, boiled, poached, or turned into a veggie-packed omelet, they can fit into any meal of the day, not just breakfast. Let's start with breakfast. The easiest win. Try a 2-egg scramble with spinach and mushrooms in olive oil. This takes less than 10 minutes to make and gives you a balanced, protein-rich start. Add a slice of whole grain toast or avocado for fiber and healthy fats. Not a breakfast person? No problem. Hard-boiled eggs make an excellent snack. Cook a batch at the beginning of the week and grab one whenever hunger strikes. They're portable, easy to chew, and much more nutritious than sugary granola bars or crackers. Looking for lunch ideas? Slice a boiled egg onto a fresh salad, or mash it with a little Greek yogurt and mustard for a healthier version of egg salad. Skip the mayo. Put it on whole grain bread or lettuce wraps for a quick meal. You can also try egg muffins, not the fast food kind, but homemade baked eggs with chopped vegetables and herbs. Bake them in a muffin tin, store in the fridge, and reheat for a quick bite during the week. And if you're worried about cholesterol, remember this. The American Heart Association now states that up to 1 whole egg per day is safe for most people. And many studies, even from institutions like the Mayo Clinic, have shown that eggs have minimal effect on blood cholesterol for the majority of individuals. You can also combine eggs with other muscle-boosting foods for greater impact. Pair them with foods high in vitamin C, like bell peppers or citrus, to boost nutrient absorption. Or combine with fiber-rich grains like quinoa or oats to create a more filling, well-rounded meal. The key is consistency. Try to aim for at least 1 serving of eggs per day or at minimum 4 to 5 servings per week. Rotate how you cook them to keep things interesting and enjoyable. Your muscles need fuel. And when it comes to ease, nutrition, and affordability, eggs are one of the best choices you can make. Let's bring this home with a couple of real-life stories that show the power of simple dietary changes, starting with eggs. Meet Barbara, age 72. A retired teacher from Ohio, Barbara started noticing that her legs felt weaker going upstairs. "I just assumed it was arthritis or aging," she said. After watching a video much like this one, she made 2 small changes, adding 2 eggs to her breakfast and doing light chair exercises 3 times a week. Within 3 months, Barbara noticed her legs getting stronger. She was walking longer, without pain. And more importantly, she had more energy to play with her grandkids. Her doctor was thrilled. Her protein intake had doubled, and her lab work improved too. Then there's George, age 78, a former construction worker from Arizona. George always skipped breakfast, lived mostly on toast and coffee, and rarely got much protein. After suffering a fall and struggling during rehab, a physical therapist encouraged him to change his diet. George began eating 1 egg every morning, usually scrambled with some peppers or onions, and added a hard-boiled egg in the afternoon. Combined with his physical therapy sessions, he began regaining his balance and strength much faster. He told us, "I thought it was the therapy, but they said the food was helping just as much. I never realized eggs could do so much." These aren't isolated cases. According to the Tufts University Human Nutrition Research Center on Aging, seniors who increase high-quality protein intake, especially from complete sources like eggs, see measurable improvements in strength, mobility, and recovery. You don't need a miracle cure. You just need small, consistent changes, like the kind Barbara and George made. And the best part? Their stories can be yours too. Now here's the real secret. Eating the right foods is only half the equation. If you really want to fight muscle loss, pairing that nutrition with movement creates a powerful combo that can dramatically improve your strength, balance, and energy. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, recommends that older adults aim for at least 2 days per week of muscle-strengthening activities, along with regular aerobic activity. That might sound intense, but don't worry. This doesn't mean lifting heavy weights or hitting the gym every day. In fact, studies from the Johns Hopkins School of Medicine show that even light resistance training, like using resistance bands, doing chair squats, or simply lifting water bottles at home, can help seniors rebuild muscle and improve coordination. Twice a week, do 15-20 minutes of strength-based movement. Try wall push-ups, leg lifts, or standing marches. Incorporate balance training, like standing on one foot or walking heel-to-toe across a room. Add stretching to improve flexibility and reduce injury. Now pair this with your nutrition. After a strength session, your muscles are especially primed to absorb protein and nutrients. That's the perfect time for a post-workout meal with eggs, maybe a veggie-packed scramble or an egg sandwich on whole grain toast. It's this combination, targeted nutrition and consistent movement, that creates real transformation. And don't forget the mental benefits. Regular movement and proper nutrition are both proven to improve mood, focus, and even lower the risk of cognitive decline. So if you're serious about staying strong, staying mobile, and staying independent, the recipe is simple. Fuel your body and move your muscles. You've got this. So, what's the bottom line? Muscle loss doesn't have to be part of your future. By understanding the science behind sarcopenia, the importance of nutrition, and the impact of simple, consistent changes, you can preserve and even rebuild your strength at any age. Eggs, a powerhouse of protein and essential nutrients, are a perfect addition to your daily diet. As research from the National Institutes of Health, NIH, has shown, incorporating more protein, especially from sources like eggs, can help slow down muscle loss and improve your mobility, strength, and energy. But it's not just about the eggs, it's about the combination of proper nutrition and regular movement. Remember Barbara and George? Their stories prove that it's never too late to take charge of your health. Whether it's adding a few eggs to your meals, getting moving with light exercises, or simply being mindful of your nutritional needs, small steps add up to big changes. If you want to take your health to the next level, don't wait for muscle loss to catch up with you. Start today. Incorporate eggs into your diet, stay active, and prioritize your muscle health. Trust me, your future self will thank you for it. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with friends or loved ones who could benefit from these tips. If you have questions, feel free to leave a comment below and I'll be happy to answer. You can also check out the resources in the description for more information on how to strengthen your body and stay independent as you age. Thank you for watching, and remember, It's not about getting older, it's about staying strong, active, and healthy.